for Energy, with a senior source now revealing that these talks are with limited expectations. There are many who hypothesize that perhaps these talks are just a gateway to probably or perhaps lead to some kind of peace or normalization agreement. Well, this senior source emphasizes that this is not the goal here. The goal here are very limited aspirations, limited goals, just to try to define those demarcation lines where both sides could be allowed to explore for natural gas. Now, according to this senior source, this could play out in one of two scenarios. The first being that the Lebanese side is very open to these talks, that they're amicable, that they're flexible, that they're ready to engage and try to make some practical gains on the ground or underwater, as it may be, and that this leads to actual impact, bearing fruit, perhaps even in the next few months, where both sides could see real products coming out of these explorations offshore. The other, he said, though, could be if they're met with more harsh opposition from the Lebanese delegation, if they're just looking to perhaps prove that they're not going to give any gains to the other side. And then this could, he estimated, take years to actually resolve. Now, it warrants reminding that for the Israeli side, well, Israel exports natural gas. It actually has a surplus, and it's not exactly dependent on these talks immediately or right now to bring any kind of product that would be fiscally beneficial. But for Lebanon, this is quite crucial. Lebanon relies heavily on petrol for its energy, which is very expensive. And it's in an economic situation right now that is suboptimal. It's very difficult, and it really could use that financial boost coming from the fruits of exploration that could come from the natural gas, and it could move over from being reliant on petrol to being reliant on natural gas, what could, some say, estimate, could save it billions and billions of dollars in terms of its energy supply. So really, it seems as though, and this is according to this senior source in the Israeli ministry, that Lebanon really has a lot at stake here. They have a lot to gain here. And so it would be beneficial for them to really work to make these talks beneficial, to make them really be productive, and as soon as possible as well, because this really does supply a very historic opportunity, particularly, though, for Lebanon.
Yes, a very crucial issue for both countries, but specifically Lebanon in a tough situation, also a recession with coronavirus. Emily Rose, thanks for